Oh, you guys, whew, you are ready for the chocolate, aren't you? Good morning, Julie. Hello. Yes, you saw the word chocolate. And I'll show you how you can make really, really easy chocolate. So, yeah, I said playing tricks on you. Ooh, that'll be fun to see how that turns out, Dave. Looking forward to it. Oh, it's not shelf stable in your house. Oh, good morning, Debbie. Good morning. Oh, believe me, I know camera troubles. Absolutely. Hey, Sean. Good morning. That's right. Today's your day off. 31 degrees, coffee in hand. Well, have a great day. I know I'm late. I know. There's so many pieces here. I'm trying to get out and together. And so, Julie, that's very true. Oh, um, that's funny. I know, Sean. Yeah, we're going to have some off and on weather coming in here. Today is supposed to be about 70, but then we have days coming up in the next week that are 50s to 60s for highs, and we even get down back to freezing. So just tells us again, don't plant early unless it's peas. So see 47 there. Let me see what I am here. I don't even know. With high pollen alert. '54 right now. So right in between Ohio and California. How about that? Oh, Sean, I look forward to it. You get the most gorgeous scenery pictures too. That's so great. Hey, Sunny Preps from Pittsburgh. Good morning, Going Green Mom. And Christina, good morning to you all. Comfortable 70-ish. Well, I'm going to do two different things today. Hey, Carl, good morning to you. I'm going to make some chocolates that look like this, pretty much. Now you won't be able to see the finished product because they have to refrigerate for at least an hour before you can pop them out of the mold. But anyway, these are for those people who really have to, who are eating paleo or I don't really know so much keto, but these are sugar-free, dairy-free. They're not nut-free because there are nuts in all of these, speaking of candied pecans and everything. But they're really, really good little things that don't take long, that are easy to do. And sorry, my phone behind there so it doesn't distract me. So I think I have everything going. I've got the oven preheating for doing candied pecans. And you can make any size batch of those that you want, really. So anyway, I'm going to turn you guys here, go on a little adventure, and put you down in my cooking area, my prepping area. So because I'm doing two different things, I had to make sure that I had everything here together. So the first thing we're going to do is measure out half a cup of pecans. I just want to get this started so I can get them in the oven. And then I'm going to chop them up a little bit. I mean, if you like them, whole, you can always do them whole, but these, I mean, they're a great snack by themselves, but they're also excellent like in salads, toppings on pudding, different things like that. So I'm sorry, you guys, it's really dark outside right now. So I don't know, is the lighting okay for you or is it really dark? It's kind of dark. I've got all my lights on here. So I'm hoping that, let me see, I can do one more. I don't know if that helps at all. So just kind of coarsely chopping. And your measurements really don't have to be exact. I mean, if you have 2/3 of a cup or whatever, that's fine. So I'm just going to put them in a bowl here. The oven's ready. I have it at 350. All right. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And this is a new jug, so I have to take this off. Oh, it's one of those difficult ones. There we go. And you want pure maple syrup. You don't want Mrs. Buttersworth. Butterworth's. There we go. Not Buttersworth. Butterworth. All right. So we want 2 tablespoons of that. Right here. Hands. And so it's just a dash of cayenne pepper, but you can put it to taste however you want. And then some sea salt. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use so many different salts. This is a Celtic sea salt and it's a fine ground. If you want really big chunks of salt, you could certainly do kosher salt or the bigger grain sea salt. All right. So just as a dash in there. Probably a little more than a dash, but these are unsalted nuts. They're raw pecans, so which once they're roasted, they're fine. So you just kind of stir them around, get them totally coated. I have a pan here with just a little parchment paper on here. Now usually I make like, this is actually a double batch, but usually I make like I'll use a cup of pecans or something so that I make my, make it worth it for the oven and using the energy and stuff like that. But I wasn't sure how much room I had. You want to kind of space them out so they can roast well. And these are going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes. And that's all you have to it. So I'm going to put these in the oven, and then while these are cooking, we're going to get the other stuff going. All right, I'll turn you back around here so I can see your chat and get caught up with you guys. So what do we have here? My lighting is okay? All right. Oh, I have to go way back here. High pollen, yes, high pollen here too. People are sneezing all over the place. Your truck is green. Oh, I hear you. Oh, you guys. That is a lot of pollen. We are just starting to, you can see little buds of the leaves coming out. So our pollen is going to be off the charts here in the next few weeks. Oh, yep, we know what ice-covered lakes are. Absolutely. Hey, Rainbow 505, good morning to you. We've got some interesting folks here this morning. Oh, goodness sakes. What do we have? The cayenne, it just adds a spice to it. If you don't like cayenne or if you're allergic to it, certainly leave it out. You could probably use like paprika, or you don't want to use black pepper, but it just adds a little kick to it to balance off the sweetness. of the maple syrup. And so anyway, I know I touched my face, so Sean, I should make you a mod too. But oh, thanks, Julie. That's why it works. Chocolate tames the heat down. It's probably not that hot. I've heard that. You know, the first time I ever heard that when somebody was telling me that he was raised in Mexico, and he said, "Yeah, my mom puts, you know, she makes the best sauce and everything like that, and it's like she has this and this and chocolate." And it was like, wait a minute, chocolate? Yeah, and bananas. And I'm like, what? So anyway, oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad, Dave. That is awesome. So happy for Lori. She has been down for a while. Okay, sensitive to nightshades. All right. Yeah, you could probably, I don't know, you just play with the flavors with that. You might want to, you know, just do a little more salt with just have the salt and the syrup with the nuts. I mean, that would be very good too. So this just adds a little bit of spice to it. So you really don't have to have it. So yes, candied nuts make a very good gift. Thank you, Debbie. Absolutely. So, all right, let me get my computer cord out of the way here. The stickiness off my hands. All right, the chocolates. The first thing I have to do is take you guys on a ride. Okay, so done with the pecans. Put those over here. Okay, so you want just a little saucepan. I know this is black. It's going to be hard for you guys to see a little bit, but that's what I have. So in order to make these chocolates, I have like this little silicone mold here. Now you can have different shapes and sizes. I've got one that looks like little Reese's peanut butter cups. I've got one that's more bars. So you can do, you know, whatever floats your fancy. But this one I find works well for what I'm doing here. Before I start melting the chocolate, one of the things I want to do is, because it's a very strong chocolate, because I use organic Dutch cocoa, and I don't know what the percentage is or anything, but it's just straight organic cocoa and coconut oil and honey. And that's pretty much it goes in there. But I like to have like some dried fruit and nuts and different things like that in there. So I get that kind of going ahead of time. Some I might just do some nuts, some I will mix up a little bit. And you can put as much or as little as you want in there. Really, my favorite combination for this is cranberries. Make sure I have a couple more in here. So I'm going to do half of them with nuts. I also have some dried dates, so I can put a few of those in here just to add to the flavors. I think I'm going to do one that's just going to be straight nuts, one that's a combination of fruit and nuts. And then some other fruit. I also have some dried apricots that I really, really like in here. So let me see. Whee! Let me see what you guys are saying here. You have pecans that need use, okay. excellent. Yes, the prices are going up, but if you're growing them, you know, and you've got them right there for yourself, definitely use them. I gotta check this. It's only half done, but it smells like it's burning already. All right, here's my cranberries. Brand new bag. This actually comes from a little shop that's a client of mine. So I like, wow, I've got to cut this. All right. So I was trying to get everything ready, but I ran out of time. That's why I was late, Dave. So these are organic dried cranberries and with no sulfur in them, and they're so good. So good. This little place is just so fun. It's called the Outpost Mercantile. And I think I need to take those out. I guess they're okay yet. Don't want to burn it. Pecans are too precious. Don't want to burn them. So what are you guys saying up here? Friend who has an almond orchard said Blue Almond Nut Company isn't paying them more but charges. Oh, geez. You know what? That just is crazy, yeah. Which one, Dave? The pecans or these? So the more you fill them up, the further the chocolate is actually going to stretch, and you can make them like thicker and bigger. So, but considering what's in here, you know, I mean, coconut oil, honey, nuts, everything. It's a healthy snack, but if you eat all of them one day, probably not so healthy. And so what else do you guys have? Hey, Will, good morning to you. Glad to see you out and about. All right, I'm going to put a few more in these because I just want nuts. You don't want the ingredients going too far over the top of the level here, because then it makes it a little bit harder to put together. All right, these look all ready to go. So now I'm just not going to do the apricots today, but what I would do is just the dried apricots, and I would just chop them up and dice them up, probably about the size of the other fruit and everything in there. So that takes a little while. I'll just do that for the next batch. All right, I'm going to set this aside here. And then I'm going to catch up on my chat. So what we've got here. 13 people interested in chocolate here. Hey, Gail, good morning to you. Oh, I'm so far behind you guys. Oh, yes, nuts. Hi, Lori, good morning to you. Awesome, Debbie. Oh, that's so great. Um, Decided to make this video confused. Oh, all the men want me to send them to you. The ladies are going to make them. So, you know, you guys know how to make this stuff too. I know, Christina, I am too. The farms and it makes me sick, the waste of food in our country right now. And that we're depending on other poor countries to import that food into subsidy. It's crazy. It is just crazy. Oh, that's true. Small farms, they might. You guys, we just need to shop local. We need to find those farms. We need to find the farmers, the orchards, the people close to us, and just go right to them and say, hey, I want to buy a bushel of your apples. I need to buy 10 pounds of beef. I need to buy this. You know, and it's like, so not only are we getting the good food and locally, but we're also helping them out. So we really need to. Yeah, it is harder. Gail, it's a great idea, roadside stands. Minnesota is so tight with regulations, and I don't know about other states. I would imagine California probably is too. Hey, is that Matt? Good morning. Okay. Trying to appeal to me through your child. Oh, that is low, Dave. That is low. Are you allergic to coconut, Debbie? If you don't like the taste of it, there's coconut that is, what is it? It's got the no coconut flavor to it. I don't know how they take that out, but they do. Oh, yeah, right, Sean. You're such a fibber. That's true, Julie, he might be. There's a lot of, oh, that's true. Oh, and that's in Minnesota, 20,000 hogs. Oh. That kills me. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oops, you see? When it came out, so I'm just gonna let this cool, and then you break it all up and put it in a jar. And then you've got these to snack on. And so the syrup got all caramelized in there, and this is hot. I need to put it down. So anyway, 20,000. Oh man, a good friend of mine is a veterinarian, a hog veterinarian, and I mean, he would go all over the states and everything, and he just graduated a year ago from vet school, and it's just so hard. It just kills him to see all this happening. Raw dairy, okay, yep. And that's another thing. All of the regulations that came forth, they're just binding us all up. They're just tying us up here. So I know it's getting harder to find things. Indiana has a bunch of photos flying of Harlem beef for sale. Awesome. Do it. Do it. People want the food. If you have room in your freezer and you're able to afford it, just go and get some. Yep. Anti-farming regulations. Absolutely. I know, Julie. It's because of, from what I understand, it's because of contracts and regulations. Again, they can't, their contract says that they can only sell to Hormel or something like that, and they can't sell to anybody else. And because they're under a legal contract and they're bound by that, they can't do anything else. The same with the milk. If they are selling to Kemp's or Land O'Lake up here, or whatever butter company there is or dairy company. Um, you know, they're under contract with that, and if they try to sell it somewhere else, then they could be legally in serious trouble. So because they're going up against these huge corporations, and they've just got them bound, and I don't know. I know it's gonna be a little more expensive, but it's like, do you have a little meat or do you have no meat? And it's uh, I know. Once I make those candied pecans, I have to keep them tucked away in the cupboard, and they will last a long time if you aren't snarfing on them. But you can keep them up there for a couple months and they're fine. You guys are just rocking it here today. Co-op's doing a curbside pickup. He said the slaughterhouses won't take them when they get too big. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, Dave. Excellent. Yay. We've been doing a lot of lives too here, so that's great. Anti-farming regulations, yeah. The last 40 years of severe environmentalists and the government getting in and regulating this and regulating that, and most of the food wasn't even coming to us, and it's like it just set us up for this, and it's just been just crazy. It's so hard when you have 300 million people is it in our country going hungry, and it's like, what are you going to do when other countries can no longer import because their people are going hungry too, and they can't. It's crazy. It's just crazy. All right, so we have Victoria. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to get on some nicer stuff here. Awesome. Quarter beef coming up. Oh, that's great. I know, Julie. I agree too. Yep. The same with like flour and everything. If you know a local organic farmer or something like that who is raising wheat, buy his wheat. Go to him and say, hey, can I have a bushel of your whole wheat there or something, and then bring it home and then start grinding your own. It's just things that we can do like that. I know, Sunny. Oh, 328 million. Okay. I wasn't sure what the number was. Oh, that's a good idea, Christina. Actually have a paper for them, something that you won't sue them. So something to protect them. That would be excellent. Oh, hey, Castle Hives. Hi, good morning. Okay, so we've got our other things ready. So let's get the chocolate going here before we run out of time. So what I need is half a cup of coconut oil. You want to use the solid coconut oil, not a bottle of liquid, just because you want these to be solid at the end of making them. So you don't want to have liquid chocolates here, for this purpose anyway. Now you probably could, if you wanted like chocolate syrup or something, probably could do this with a liquid coconut oil. All right, Carl, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it very much. Oh, Going Green Mom, that's so excellent. Did you say you were in Indiana? I'm trying to remember. So, Matt, wouldn't that be excellent if we could do that here? I mean, I know so many farmers around here. I'm stuck in the middle of a lot of farmland, and I know a lot of small farmers from church, and it's like I need to start. I mean, I do buy my eggs local at this little place that I get my cranberries from, but and they do fine, but and they're farm fresh eggs. But I almost want to just go to one of my friends here and just say, "Hey, you have chickens? I'll take some eggs." So again, this doesn't have to be super exact, but we get as close as we can. So it's half a cup of coconut oil. All right, and a fourth of a cup of cocoa powder. This is all the cocoa powder I have left, but I do have some more coming. It was one of those things that I thought I had a whole nother canister, but I didn't. When I took the inventory of my shelves in my stores that you saw, because I did just recently organize all that, but I discovered things that I didn't have. So, all right, a little chocolate got in there, but that's okay. Then we need 2 tablespoons of honey. And again, just be approximate. So what I want to do is melt the oil and the honey together first, then I will add the cocoa powder. Sorry, I need to find my almond oil or extract. There we go. Like all my extracts, guys? I love using flavors, and that's another way you can really help cut down on things for keto and paleo is to flavor your foods. I even have like of raspberry and mint. There's a caramel one that's great in putting into your oatmeal, so you don't have to load it in with brown sugar. You put a little caramel flavor in there, and it's like, oh, it's so good. Okay, we're gonna go and heat this up. Whoops. Hold on. Out of here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. Okay, here we go. Had to get my whisk. All right, let's see how this is going to work. I've been trying to figure out, oops, there you go, how to do this. And it's a little warm here yet, but I'm putting you right on my stovetop so you can see, because I didn't have anything else to put my laptop on. So I hope I don't fry you guys. All right. Oh, I'm missing chat here. I gotta catch up with you guys first before we start cooking. What are we saying here? Christina, hello. What are you saying? Would be nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. Your cousin has hogs. Nice. Bees, pollinators, awesome. You guys are doing great here. just made pecan tincture. Would that be for like a flavoring for cooking or something? I'm just, it's hot there. Just wait. All right. Okay. I just don't want to have my laptop fall or get burned. So, all right. Just have it on the burner and just kind of on low because this will melt very quickly here. The only reason I have some cocoa in here is because I didn't want it all over the place when I was measuring. What I'll do is whisk it then. My cocoa over here. And you can look at the pecans as they're sitting there. What does it say? Okay, it actually calls for vanilla, but I really like using almond extract because it makes it taste sweeter and therefore a lot more rewarding. So you can see it's starting to melt in here. So you don't want it to get so hot that it's bubbling, but we do want it to melt up. Now in the summer, this goes much quicker because the coconut oil is already half melted because it's warm. I think the melting point for it is, I want to say 72 degrees, 73 degrees or something like that. Somewhere in the mid 70s is the melting point. So, where you're melting. Okay. Good morning, Jake. Hey, hello. Oh, I have not been to Yosemite, and that is like on my list of things. Okay. So what's in here is coconut oil and honey that I'm just melting down. Again, you don't want it so hot that it's going to try to boil it all. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see, it's just liquidy here. Then I'm going to add the 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. Really, usually not this messy of a cook. I must just be hurrying when I'm on live with you guys or something. Okay, so we got a nice brown liquid, and then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of almond extract. See, I'm a cherry person, so this gives that cherry, flavor to it. The almond, the sweet almond does. So that's why I like it. You can certainly use something else if you want to use like orange extract or something. So, all right, let's move this. Oh, this is really tricky, guys. Okie dokie. Are we here? We're here. Let me clean up a little bit here. Check my chat here. Yes, orange, cherry, raspberry. Oh, that'd be so good. Raspberry. I didn't even think of that one. I will have to. I have not made these guys for probably about 3 or 4 years. So I've been trying to be really good, but it's like once you get on these, it's like you're gonna make them all the time. Let's see. all my cooking things out of here. And wipe the counter here. When you are filling up these molds, you want to make sure that you've got something underneath them that's stable. Otherwise, you try lifting this when it's full of chocolate. That's not going to work. All right, this does separate out a little bit, so the oil starts kind of floating to the top. So as you're going, you do want to keep stirring with this. I have done it where I just poured this in here and then tried pouring this in, but it gets kind of messy. So I just find the best way for me is to just have a spoon and start spooning it in. So I'll go through and do one. Oh, the train. I have my windows open. Do one spoonful in each. Now this is a mold that has 30 little candy spots in here. And I got this on Amazon. So let me check out. Oh, thanks, Gail. Can you guys see okay? I think I turned you here. There we go. Okay, coconut oil. It was half a cup of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of honey. And then 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. And you do want to kind of avoid like Nestle's cocoa or something like that, because those are processed through with like more sugars and different things like that. If you can find some organic cocoa, then you're kind of getting the regular stuff. So I mean, it doesn't make a lot, but it's very nice. I love having the fruit and nuts in here. These also can make great gifts. The one thing I do have to tell you is that, especially in the summer months, you need to store these in the refrigerator. So just put them in a container in the fridge. And because, like I said, the coconut has a really low melting point. And so when I'm taking this, I'm trying to scoop kind of from the bottom so that I can get the richness of the chocolate here. You guys still see okay? All right, what do we have here? Hey, Cecilia, good morning. From Columbus, hi, Karen, good morning to you. Do we have anybody else here that I've seen? All right, so these are kind of full, but I still have chocolate left. So I always go till it's just about to run over. That's why controlling it a little bit more with the spoon really helps. And then make sure you have space in your refrigerator where you can lay this flat, even if it's on top of, other jars or milk jars or something like that. The one thing you want to do is, like, any fruit or nuts that's sticking up, just make sure they're coated a little bit, because then they will stick to everything a lot better. Now, this isn't like a super hard chocolate like you would get a good candy bar or something like that. But it's such a rich flavor, and it takes care of your chocolate cravings without that sugar in there that that makes you crave more and more and more. So it's like one will really take care of you for a long time. So there, one batch with some fruits and nuts in there. You can do it straight too if you want to. You just probably won't get 30. You might get 25 or something like that. But anyway, so then this I'll just put in the refrigerator. And that is that. So, all right. Hi, Kate. Hello. Excuse me. Exactly. One a day will last you a month. You can even put them in the freezer too if you want to bag half of them in the fridge and then put half in the freezer or something. They'll be fine. But well, thank you, Kate. Yeah, I've made this so many times, and some of the other ladies too were talking about using different extracts in there for flavors, like putting a raspberry or orange or cherry or something. And I was like, oh, you could do mint. Mint would be good, so you can have mint chocolate. If you did mint chocolate with adding little chocolate chips in there or something, some mini chips, you'd have like some really, really good chocolate stuff in there. Oh, it's so good to see you here too, Kate. I'm so glad. You retired every day is your day off. Yes. Down the hills there. So 30 equals 5 days, too many kids. Well, yeah. The one thing is it doesn't really cost that much, really. I mean, the half a cup of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of honey, and good morning, Howie. Good morning. How's your delivery? Oh, well, you guys remember we have to wait for the governor here. So anyway, we will get together very soon. For anybody who doesn't know, Homestead Engraving Business and Life, I don't know exactly where they live, but they're probably within an hour of me, I think, maybe even a half hour. So after all of this funny stuff is over with, we're going to get together and have a good old time. Candy cane pieces, yes, you could do peppermint flavor in there with candy cane pieces. There's just like unlimited things, like all the different things that you would find with chocolate. So like I said, it is a little softer chocolate that you bite into. It's not like a nice hard candy bar, but like I said, it just satisfies everything in there. So caramel inside, yes, you could do that. Absolutely. So different shapes and sizes. You could even, although peanut butter cups take more of a milk chocolate, so I don't know, but you could stick a caramel in one of these and do that. So anyway, yep, lots of good things. Or peanut butter, you could put a little thing of peanut butter in there. What I would do is put some chocolate in first, probably a third or fourth of the way through, or high, and then put a little thing of peanut butter and then put more chocolate over the top. You could do that in any type of shapes. I just got these molds on Amazon, and they've got a gazillion different shapes and stuff like that. So, oh, there you go, Kate. Yeah, just got them on Amazon. So that's true. That's true, Julie. It's like, oh, I'm flying into San Diego. Can you come visit me? And it's like, yeah, that's 8 hours away, right? Oh, you guys, you're just so great. And I have got to get going because I've got another couple hour meeting in 2 hours that I've got to get ready for. So, I got to quick tell you about it though. Where I graduated from 9 years ago from with my degree in graphic design, the following year I was asked to be part of reviewing the graduating classes portfolios and everything, because that's kind of one of the things we do as designers. We create these portfolios that help us get jobs, all that kind of stuff. Well, so I was asked to do that, to come and review portfolios for the students, and also to be on what they call the advisory board for the college for that particular major or program. And so as the advisory board, we end up reviewing all the classes and the different things like that, offering our suggestions as people in the business world and different things like that. And so every year I get to do that. I think there was maybe 1 year I wasn't able to, but I have just thoroughly enjoyed it. It keeps me in touch with not only the college, but all the new students coming out, seeing their work, what's kind of up and coming, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I have that this afternoon. So we're doing a Zoom virtual advisory board, and it's supposed to be kind of fun. But anyway, you guys, awesome time with you. I'm sorry that I haven't stuck to the 20 or 30 minutes, but this has been really, really fun. And I hope you enjoy some treats and sweets that you can make here. When the stores are running out of it, you can still make some stuff, and it's healthier for you, and it's good. So anyway, you guys, take care. God bless. Always have hope, and have an awesome weekend. I will see you Monday night. I won't be here Monday morning, but I'll be here Monday night at 6 o'clock Central. So you guys, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, you're welcome, Sunny Preps. Thank you.